Welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on S3. Now, our tendency to switch to autopilot, to get things done in our busy lives, yes, we're all guilty of it, but that means that we often lose sight of important small moments spent with our loved ones.
Yeah, and here's something fun. Cadbury is bringing families closer together with a generously Give a Voice to Storytime initiative, which aims to make it easier for people to be in the moment and enjoy storytime together in a rather meaningful way.
Did you know that 75% of South African parents feel that the demanding pace of life reduces the opportunity of spending quality time with their children? Sadly, this statistic was realized in a recent survey conducted by Cadbury on their social media platforms. Today, we are joining the team to find out more about this exciting Give a Voice to Storytime initiative, which encourages South Africans to reprioritize the ritual of storytime along with the many benefits that come with it for both caregivers and children. Tembi, your survey shows that 3 in every 4 parents, have expressed that they struggle to spend quality time with their families, with their children. Why was it important to ask parents this question, and what do you do with the information now?
Yeah, so Cadbury is a brand that is all about generosity, and we look to inspire that generosity in South Africans. Fundamentally, we see generosity as a way to bring us all together and to inspire those human connections. And when we found out about this stat, we asked South African parents, what are some of the challenges with them being able to spend meaningful quality time bonding with their children? We had to do something about it. And we thought to ourselves, what is the best way that we can leverage our generosity as a way of bringing families together, giving them an opportunity to bond and spend meaningful quality time together.
We have been following Cadbury's 3-year journey to make stories in all South African languages more accessible to children. You have created this magical online library. What inspired this journey?
The insight for us was based on just the landscape of South Africa and the fact that we recognized that there was such a significant shortage of African language books and books being available in all 11 of our official languages. So over the last 3 years, we've actually created 1,500 stories for children in all of our 11 official languages. And that journey has now culminated in us actually bringing a voice to those stories to allow parents and children to have those ritualized moments of story time.
We are now with child psychologist Ms. Nziki Rajuwili. I'm really happy that you are joining us to kind of give us an insight on how abantwana think and how stories can also change one's perspective. As life goes on, it becomes busier, more demands happen, and the Cadbury survey suggests that these demands can be very overwhelming to a lot of people. Therefore, it impacts the family dynamics. What is your experience with that?
My experience is like most parents have been on an autopilot mode most of the time. And this is sad for me because especially young parents, you'll find that they lack time to bond with their children and to build that attachment. I don't know if you realize that children who stay with grandparents, because they are always there and talking to them, when you talk to this child, they really talk like an adult. You can hear that the language has developed. And children grow up in a family where TV or radio or the games was just one thing that was taken care of. Parents are unable, as I say, to bond with their children, and it brings that separation amongst family members. When you tell children stories, you activate or stimulate certain part of the brain. So it's not only about the bond, but it's also about developing your child's intellect, your child cognitive skills. So it's quite important.
Tembi, you've partnered with inspirational South Africans to bring your stories to life. What part does creating audiobooks add to this initiative?
Yeah, we've partnered with some pretty amazing South African voices, the likes of Shekina, Yoza from Guadaki, Rorisang, as well as Yak de Priester. And for us, bringing a voice to these stories not only makes them more engaging and more immersive, but it also adds a different dynamic and a different dimension to story time that I think families will really enjoy.
I'm pretty sure the people watching right now and the rest of South Africa wants to know how can they get involved with the initiative.
So we've made it super easy for South Africans to get involved. All they need to do is buy a bar of their favorite Cadbury chocolate, go to our website cadbury.co.za, select their favorite story, and they can participate in giving a voice to story time. South Africans can also go into their nearest mall to give a voice to story time through the Cadbury Generous Storytime stalls that will be at Menlyn, Gateway, Tiger Valley, as well as Sandton City from June onwards.
Thank you so much, Tembi. Thank you for your survey that has informed this incredible initiative that will hopefully inspire and change family dynamics within the home through the power of storytelling.
Absolutely, and we're counting on the South African public to bring that to life.
Generously give a voice to story time with Cadbury's homegrown audio library. Simply grab your favorite Cadbury Dairy Milk, your loved ones, and visit cadbury.co.za and select a story in your home language to get started. Or you can visit a Cadbury Generosity Storytime studio near you to add your voice to the homegrown audio library for others to enjoy. Visit cadbury.co.za for all the details and follow the conversation using the hashtag #CadburyGiveAVoice.
What a brilliant initiative. I absolutely love that. Get involved, Mzansi. I said it earlier on, the best thing a parent can do for their child is to just build a strong foundation, and you do that by spending quality time. And this is one way that you can really connect with your little ones.
Now you can generously give a voice to Storytime. Visit our library of homegrown audio stories at cadbury.co.za.